So, man, what's up, world? Um, yeah, just want to talk to the DEI, Walmart versus Target. My point of view, man, we be so out of the loop on things, man. As we be out of the loop on a lot of things, but maybe because they just will be consuming, and when things like this happen, it just blow up. But to the ones that's in the loop, disregard that. But to the ones that's just getting in the loop, what is DEI? What that mean? How that affect us? Basically, man, DEI is diversity, equity, inclusion. The acronym is DEI. So for starters, that's what it is. For my young boys, for my young ladies out there, DEI is diversity, equity, inclusion. Um, to what does that facilitate? Well, in a corporate world, um, in a work setting, what does that look like? That's that's like the first cousin of affirmative action. You know what I'm saying? Like you got DEI, and then you got um, affirmative action, or you got affirmative action at DEI. You know what I'm saying? They like that umbrella of things. That's what that entails. So moving along, if you understand that, then we can move forward, and we can go to the next of this. So the diversity, equity, inclusion. Um, each state, each business can operate to employment at will. It can be a pecking order. We need this many minorities on the board. We want to offer these. We want to offer these services to get to make things feel inclusive. So affirmative action is one thing, and then you got DEI, which is diversity, equity, inclusion. Affirmative action. So you got to have one of us at the top in the pecking order, or in this framework. So if you look at Target, is a Target operates corporation. Walmart operates on a family. So Walmart deals with vendors. Target is more of a corporation. Me and you we can get some motion in Walmart. Um, Walmart, like Target, they deal with vendors each individually. Like I had a distribution deal with Best Buy for my group album, The Body. I was a vendor. Boom, boom, boom. I did the paperwork. Um, I like who treat me fair, brother. It ain't no either one, but obviously Target. It just depends. Some Walmarts are better than Target, some Targets are better than Walmarts. But I'm not biased. I don't just wake up like, hey, my dollar is a Target dollar. My dollar is a Walmart dollar. You know what I'm saying? I live by Target. I live by Walmart. But that's how it works. That's how the equity includes the young people, and the DEI is diversity. My fault. Diversity, equity, inclusion. It just basically says this has to be like this in this space. So companies can operate like that, or they can choose not. They are business. They are required, but business and corporations can act how they choose to act. They business. Now are they gonna face a backlash? Are they gonna get hit on the taxes? Yeah, because they get a tax break for DEI. So it's about money. You got to follow the money. Walmart is going to be good because Walmart is in the they in compliance with what the government's saying from a federal, a state, and a local level. They giving back money. I ain't saying Target don't give back money to the community, because they have offered to give me free bikes for programs, and help with managers, assistants managers have, hey man, I see you doing the thing with the community for the kids. They done gave me bikes So no, not. I'm just telling you, my young folks following me. I think it's a conversation that some adults don't even understand. I don't understand what it is, but it's basically so a monopoly can't be formed with one group of people, and that's how I look at it. Like how you may see it. I'm saying if the government's saying you got to do this, and it was put there for minorities, and most corporations started again. Most corporations or Fortune 500 companies or what you know as successful businesses today, from clothing, manufacturing, distribution, they started. Let's just say 1900, 150 years they celebrate. Well, what was happening 150 years ago? Slavery. You know what I'm saying? So this inclusion, we didn't have to be included at one point. So people, the outcries for the rollback, you pulling all this back, we going back in time. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear people talking about um, diversity, equity, inclusion when these companies are leaving the United States and going to Mexico, or they going to Honduras, or they going to. I don't hear the United Nations complaint when they going to what a lot of factories at India, because India has a big population. So if we gonna be DEI, I mean, diversity, equity, inclusion, we gotta include the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta include the big pictures. It's a bigger picture. It depends on what are you arguing. You know what I'm saying? Some people arguing the DEI on a city level, a state level, a federal level, as a whole. So it can be so many ways you can look at this. But people might say, hey, why Walmart ain't in trouble? Walmart got a diversity, equity, inclusion because Walmart's in compliance. Got the same structure, but they in compliance. They just they got a lot of blacks and pet flies management over there. Not so much at Target. When you look at the two in comparison, Target just pulled theirs back for whatever reason. I don't know. They just pulled theirs back, but just because a company ain't saying that they pulling it back, it means strategically it's not happening. So I'm just asking you to critical think before you get all riled up. Before you get all riled up and make a decision and start the boycott, is it right now? Because obviously you put it in place for a reason. And look at it. You know what I'm saying? We have to really know. We have to really know the what's under the surface, because the news and the high breaks, it just gives you what's at top of the surface. And some people don't even know what this is. They don't even know what they screaming for. Like, we ain't saying Target ain't investing in communities. We ain't saying Target ain't paid for training. We not saying that, but I'm saying from a bigger standpoint, where do we go from here? That was messed up. Where do we go from here? You know what I mean? And we got to look at the other corporations too. I mean, these two are the biggest retailers, Walmart and Target. What is Walmart, Target? If you're gonna investigate Targets, look at Walmart. Don't just be okay with Walmart because they got all the, they got some of the better, they got a better relationship with the government. They just in compliance. The government does a lot of business with Walmart from even just a senior citizen standpoint. So I'm saying, man, you got to look at the game. Who controls the money? You know what I'm saying? The government make a pretty penny off Walmart. Walmart they sell medication. A lot of seniors go there and get their medication. So a lot of government money is going right to Walmart. I ain't saying Target don't sell medication, because they both sell drugs. So they both sell drugs. So let's remember that. If you want to call them prescription drugs, they're still in the street. So we don't know what pharmaceutical deals behind the deal is the reason for the pullback. We don't know. But premiums, you have to look into all this stuff. Not it's not just food. It's the bigger picture, man. Medication is a lot of seniors spend their money at these places, man, Target and Walmart. So we really have to know all the parties involved, because me and you can be doing business with Target and Walmart, which is it's your legal right. You know what I'm saying? The story that's selling is, if you're a vendor and you're black, you're not going to be able to do business with Target because they rolling back on that. So that's inclusion. They don't want to include me. That's what the storyline sells. But what's the big picture? You know what I'm saying? So I just ask that, y'all maybe critical think from this, you know what I'm saying? Just really critically, put it under a microscope before you just go, hey, we got to boycott it, just because who started the boycott and what is the boycott doing? You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, moving forward, what is the plan? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna boycott and we got at least what's the plan going forward, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying look at it from that standpoint, you know what I mean? Try to rationalize for yourself. Don't allow other people to think for you. This is more of a teaching moment, you know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of frameworks. We got a lot of frameworks that need overhaul, such as lending and lower mortgage costs and bank audits. Like, if we're gonna audit somebody practice, we need to be auditing the banks because America is a capitalistic system. The system has its prejudice with lending. So though we in the uproar this, we need to be in the uproar also about that. So we can have some money to go spend. And we can really enjoy the inclusion. That's the real inclusion. That the bottom dollar is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But not to go too far left, not to go too far right, just explaining it. Target operates as a more corporation, Walmart more family owned. If it is a mess, you keep it within the family. Wow, but with these corporations, people leave, positions switching, things get out. Hey, they pulling back. It's a mess. But you keep it in the family, it's cool. You see Walmart, no DEI scrutiny. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? No whistle blowing over there. Everything looks good. Everything on the surface looks good. You know what I'm saying? The government get their money, and we just keep the food going. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we keep one hand washes the other, both washes the face. Everything just flows. So, just if that was helpful, man, drop a comment, like, share, subscribe. This part 2 I did once, so y'all go check that down. I kind of just broke it down a little bit more in depth because I just felt like I'm black. What's your name? Luke Kane. I broke. I'm just looking at the comments. My bad, y'all. Let me see. Target Walmart. I answered that one. What's up, Anissa? Blake, I'm Blake. What's your name? Luke Kane, as a master. Yo, what's good? What's good, bro? Tony Montana, what up? What's up, man? Watch that video. Go get that single. It's streaming right now, and it's going crazy. I think I'm at like 2,000 streams for the year on Spotify, but I'm going crazy. Tony Montana out. It just kind of picked up late, but regardless of that, I wanted to explain that because I just felt like young people that's following me might need to, hey man, what's DEI, man? Explain it in our way where we can understand. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. The DEI is diversity, equity, inclusion, and that's for your generation. Like that's gonna be a popular term for y'all, Gen Zs or whatever, the younger people. But my teachers in my era was it was the affirmative action. So it's like the cousin of, it's like they relatives. Like the DEI is just a new one. You know what I'm saying? But the old heads they more under the Affirmative Action Act. You know what I'm saying? And affirmative action is more on a federal, you know what I'm saying? But DEI is more city, state, local, or how they practices throughout they retail operations. But it's like the cousin of affirmative action. You know what I'm saying? So it has to include, it supersedes on the federal level. So Target could, don't quote me on this, but they could be federally sanctioned, fines imposed, extra fines imposed. You know what I'm saying? Because then it could lead to like discriminate discriminatory practices, and you can't operate on a scale this large, and you know what I mean. That discriminatory practices your mascots. You can't operate in trade and discriminatory practices as your mascot. So that's hurting Target. They experiencing decline of foot traffic for 5 weeks straight. Now I say this, I'm gonna go a little depth, but I say this to say that COVID showed us that a lot of these retail companies we thought was booming and could survive a tsunami, they can't survive 2 weeks of not making money. That's what COVID showed us. So the boycott thing, people might say that's old fashioned. I view it as, but what are we really boycotting for? You know what I'm saying? Nobody still haven't really told me that. So for what we boycott for them to, roll it back forward, because they pulled it back. So I mean, if something go back, you obviously want it to go forward. Um, that's my diaspora looking at it. Yours may be different, and that's just a lot of this is fact. But this is my diaspora and how I see it, and how I'm trying to educate it to the people that's watching me or don't understand it. Grown, young, middle age, old. But I'm just with the YouTube community and the family members, I'm trying to get it out there and just have healthy conversations. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have these 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 months, you know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. People say, hey, what Walmart doing? Hey, I'm just explaining to you Walmart and Target. That's how it goes. These two of the biggest retailers in the US. So you gotta look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, just comment, share. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. It was informative. Really make sure you share, man. Create a short, shout me out, tag me. And man, I appreciate it, man.